Alright, BobalosRex here. And this is going to be a lore rant. I have no idea how long this is going to be. You watching this already know how long this is going to be. I do not. But we're going to talk about what I'm calling Hollow Azeroth theory. Okay? This is a lore rant. This could be long. I don't know. And we got to talk about how layers matter in Azeroth. Layers matter in modern geology and archaeology, you know? You got to sift through the layers because usually how stuff goes down, you leave traces of it at the layer in which it went on. Now, there are some planetary physics that Azeroth doesn't particularly partake in. We don't really see plate tectonics, you know, the elements. And if you, well, when I get to it in the Chronicles, Azeroth was kind of ordered, according to the Titans, by giants. They made rivers and did all this stuff. And then the elementals also did stuff on Azeroth to shape it. So it doesn't work on complete planetary physics. And that's why we're going to get into Hollow Azeroth theory, okay? I think it matters. So, I am on the beta. Unless this is a spoiler for you, which I guess it kind of is. This is the Isle of Dorn. It's beautiful. I'm not going to turn too far that way. I just thought this backdrop. I am going to get to spoilers in this, but it's going to be in the second part of this video. In the first part of this video, I'm going to talk about the layers in areas we've already talked about and why they matter. And then I'm going to talk about, in part 2, spoilers, I'm going to talk about Khazalgar layers. Okay? But in this first part, I'm going to try to get you thinking. If you don't want spoilers, then I'm going to do the spoiler tag. Well, not a tag. I'm just going to say spoilers a lot. And then, there you go. But right now, it's fine. So, layers. I've been writing down all the layers in a ton of different zones. So, that map kind of sucked anyway, so it didn't really hurt. Okay, we're going to talk about areas, and then I'm going to talk about deeper areas. So, where do we know we got layered? Dragon Isles. We saw a layer. So what are the layers of the Dragon Isles? Well, the top layer is Titan, well, dragon stuff. You know? Then you got Titan stuff. Alright? Both are kind of on the top. But what is below? We actually see a lot of element-based stuff. The Jarden lived down here. Now, Therian built a base down here. Mole people live down here. Titans had some stuff down here, too. And then the Drogbar lived down here. What? So Azeroth already shows us that it has hollow spots. Now, Zaralek was small. But what I'm talking is big. Alright? And we do see that. But I'm going to get deeper at the end of this. I'm going to get deeper. So, we already see some layers. So, what other layers do we see? Let's look over here. Broken Isles. If y'all remember the Tomb of Sargeras, right? You go in. Night Elf. Night Elf all over the place. You start to go down. You see some Titan stuff. Alright, then you go into an elevator. And if y'all don't remember that elevator elevator is long. And it goes through, like, elements and bones and all this stuff. And then it goes into, like, deep Titan tech. And then it's, like, crazy underneath, man. Here, let's go to the map. So, like, we look at Tomb. Like I said, Night Elf. Go deeper. This is Titan. Take the elevator down. Titan. But then, this chamber is on top of some, and there's like some, like, lava thing, and it's like, where the hell even are we? Like, what is this? Fellstorm Breach? It's just deep in the Titan tech? I guess it is, but then there's a big portal here. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know? Did the Legion build this? When would they have had time on Azeroth? Yeah, it's definitely not Legion tech. They're hacking into something here. I gotta take a good look down at some point. Okay, well, let's get back to it. So, Tomb of Sargeras was Elf, Earth, Titan, something else. And even Xalatath says the Titan stuff in the Broken Isles was built upon other stuff. You know, we see the Drogvar, we see holes in High Mountain. You know? Alright. So, where else do we see underneath Azeroth? Well, one spot to me is in Zandalar. We see Troll built up upon Titan stuff. Here's the thing. Think about this. I literally just realized this. Pre-Cataclysm, this may have been up higher. And this may have been covered. Post-Cataclysm, this all sinks down. This is all revealed. So we basically see Troll, Titan, and honestly, the deeper you go into here, like, look, the freaking Underrot. Let's look at that. The freaking Underrot. You go deep into the Underrot. That gets dang nasty. And then there's an even deeper Titan thing. In all the rot. Very interesting. We're gonna get into some theories later. Alright. Nazjatar. Night Elf. Night Elf. Naga, which would be new. Built on the sea floor. And then underneath the Naga tech, Titan stuff. Night Elves love building on top of Titan stuff. You know? Apparently, because we see that later. Else. But then again, in Nazjatar, the Titan stuff is built higher up, and then there's Old God shadow stuff in the depths, man. These fish. Alright? And don't forget the giant frickin' creatures. These things. Ilgorek and Nispera. I wonder if we're gonna get some more lore about these things. Crazy stuff. Night Elf. Night Elf. Then this is Elemental. And we're gonna talk more about the Elementals. Alright? All that below the sea. Layers. Alright? We'll save that for a bit. Pandaria. Panda stuff. Mogu stuff on the interior. And Titan stuff below that. You know? It's Mogu stuff kind of on the top, but the deeper you go, you know, especially deep down in here, which was buried. Titans like to bury stuff. You know, you got Titan tech. You know, with the Mantid, there's You don't really see it deep underground with the Mantid. You have the mountain on top. They build a little bit down, but they're really about these trees. I don't really see a lot of layers, but they do have a, you go downstairs and then you got a mosaic to their old god. More on that later. Alright. Where are we going now? Boom, boom. Let's talk about Lordaeron. Let's talk about Kultiris real quick. Humans on top. Then apparently, Mechagnomes underground? What? Hollow Azeroth. Do you know how big Mechagon is? Go inside Mechagon. That place is huge. All built underground. Were the caves already there? Was the hollow part of Azeroth already there? Dun dun dun. And then what's below them? I wonder what's below them. Now, let's go to Lordaeron. And I am curious what we're going to figure out is underneath Quel'Thalas and Zul'Aman. You know? We'll see. But over here, we see human stuff. And then like a Vrykul burial thing. But it's all Titan stuff. Hidden underground here. But it would have been Vrykul burial. Layers matter. Humans later. Vrykul before. Alright. And now we're gonna get into some of the spicy ones. Okay. So, Northrend. We do know we're going to Northrend. Yeah. How is Northrend laid out? So you got Lich King stuff. Titan stuff. All on the top. Alright? Even Blue Dragon stuff. Dragon stuff. Troll stuff. All this stuff on top. What is below? Spiders. Some Titan tech over here. But spiders is below. What is below the spiders? More spiders. What is below more spiders? Old gods. Boom. And there you go. Alright. Another instance of that. Oh, we glitching out. Why are we glitching so bad? Oh my god. Oh well. We're gonna have to deal. So, we got underneath Kalimdor. What's going on in Kalimdor? So we got some elven stuff down here, but it's mostly Titan tech. It's Titan tech all down here. Some trolls. Titan tech in the hole. But then we got, you go deeper, bugs. You go deeper than the bugs, old gods. What's below the old gods? Dirt. I'd imagine. Rock. Elements. Alright. Now. Southern Kalimdor may be spicy because we also do see Titan tech way deep in Silithus. You know, and now there's a sword digging deep in Silithus. Alright? So, we got a couple more underground areas that we know about, but we don't. Well, two we've been to. Or, one we've been to. There's two we haven't been to, and one we need to talk about. Deep home. Let's make sense of deep home. The elemental planes were supposed to be prisons. Apparent. You know, Ragnaros, you look at the Firelands, you can see how that was a prison. You know, they sealed them away. We don't know where that connects. Apparently, Hyjal, it probably would have been in Southern Kalimdor, I think. But it popped out in Hyjal. But for the Earth, in Therazane's area, there's Titan Tech. So, I think they cut a deal with Therazane to install this Earth thing. Because how are you going to put a pillar of creation, or, well, it's the world pillar, in an elemental's prison hole that apparently can break? And how it's mentioned is this collapses into Azeroth. The World Soul? So you got, like, the World Soul, the Deep Home, Azeroth, or how much difference between that. And then if the World Pillar breaks, it goes, which is like a little rock, into the Titan? Like, what? It's weird how it's explained. Like, look it up, that's how it's explained. And then it looks to be connected to the Maelstrom. So, the Titans, which would make sense for the tech here, because you got the tech here, the tech there, the tech there, the tech all around here. Kind of makes sense for Titan Tech. But then you put your prisoner there. Maybe they cut a deal with Therazane. I do think Order has the most aligned with, this is glitching out, I don't know why. But it's interesting, nonetheless. Very interesting. Now, there's two places that we know are mentioned and exist. One is the Undermine. There is a underground area, big underground area underneath Kazan. Alright. This was like the first place he hit over here. You just see a lot of seismic volcano activity over here. Interesting. But yeah, so underground area there. And then if you all remember, Blingatron mentions something called the Magnetic Chasm below the Molten Eternium Sea. If that's under Azeroth, which it may not be, to be fair, would again be another area inside these hollow areas of Azeroth, which we see a lot of. You know, I'm not really breaking through. But I do think we need to start examining the layers and what we're told, but what the layers actually tell us. Right? So, and here's an interesting thing. Here, I just realized this. So, if you look at the War Within... No, that's not right. I'm pretty sure one of the seasonal dungeons for the War Within is Stonecore. Like, we're going back to Stonecore. Very interesting. You know, here, let's look at Stonecore real quick. Within the Temple of the Earth, locked in the heart of deep home lies the Stonecore. Is inside these caverns Dude, the Titans really, like, Deathwing knew exactly where to go. He's like, I'm gonna go into Titan facilities again, because I already know how they work. He messed up the World Pillar. to collapse Azeroth. The old guy, I don't know how much the Deep Home lore is true. I'm gonna be real. There he is. But to collapse Azeroth or to collapse Deep Home. Anyways, so we've already seen Hollow Azeroth stuff. We've already taken a look at the layers. What is next? Well, Khazar has a lot of layers to it. And over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to take us through these layers. And the top layer is the Isle of Dorn. Oh my god, I'm already... Okay, the spoilers are happening now if it's not clear. I'm going to be spoiling stuff for the War Within now, and I'm going to be getting into theories for the future and where we're going. Okay? Spoilers now, beyond this point. If you want no spoilers, I think about the hollow areas of Azeroth and the layers when you're going into this new expansion, because they're gonna matter. Alright? With spoilers ahead, let's get into it. So, we're on the Isle of Dorn. Alright? We got dwarfs. We got Titan tech. Okay? And that's it. It's dwarves and Titan tech. That's what we got. Dwarf. Holes. Lots of holes. Look at that big old hole. Look at this big old hole. But as you can see, layers. Dwarfs. Alright? More dwarves. So we got a lot of dwarves in this area. Now, as we go deeper, that's when this area gets really interesting to me. Alright? So we see Titan stuff. All over Khazar, all over the Ringing Deeps. One of the few zones with a map. So this is like all Titan tech, Dwarven, Earthen machinery. Okay? And the Titans ruled over on top. But there isn't actually a lot of Titan, like real Titan stuff down below. This is a lot of Earthen stuff when I think about it. Okay? All of the Titan, other than the core way, which is built by the Earthen. Like the main Titan stuff is like the core way. I guess the Earthen really were doing it for the Titans. So it's basically Earthen / Titans. On the top and in the ground. The top of the ground. Okay? And remember, so we have the island on top, Dwarf Titan stuff, and then we have this core way that takes us deep into Azeroth, and we pop out here. And I mean deep. Okay? This is how it looks on here, but basically, you cut this out, right? You take this point, right? You put it right here. Okay? So you take that, move it right there, and that's the Isle of Dorn, sitting atop these other zones. So, here's where we get to the actual Hollow Earth. Like, Hollow Azeroth 100% confirmed. That theory is now a really good theory. Pretty much proven. Pretty much law here. But we don't know how hollow. Hollow Fall. Hollow Fall. Okay. There is a legit... When I get to this zone preview, it's gonna drive you crazy. It's so wild. Okay. It's got some layers. So you have the island. You have the ocean. Okay, around the island. Then deep down, below the crust, like there is the bedrock up, like the ocean and then the bottom of the ocean. Okay? Then there is a hollow area and another ocean. Like, what? And then in this area, so the crystal would be like over here. So, okay, so here. Alright. Crystal's like over this way here. So the crystal would be like way out over here from the Isle of Dorn. Oh, this is gonna be really okay. When we get where the Isle of Dorn is, thinking about where the crystal lane is gonna be juicy. Did the crystal try to freaking snipe Cthulhu? It would be like right here, possibly. We'll have to see. Oh my god. Man. Okay, so the Isle of Dorn has a lot of layers to it. Like, for sure. So, again, now we got bedrock, ocean, crystal sticking through the bedrock of the ocean. It would have caused a tsunami on Khazar. When that crystal hit, it would have caused tsunami around this area, for sure. So we have Khazar crystal, or bedrock crystal, sticking through chasm, hollow earth. Okay, we do not see Titan tech down on this area, this hollow area, this big hollow or hole. We see no Titan tech. Just a big crystal. Is this the rift? Because remember, these came to investigate a seismic activity. Is it the crystal? We don't know. Okay? Then, we go deeper down, and we got spiders. Okay? And here's the thing. The spiders are all over down here. Okay? And then, there's some other little areas, some like little nooks over here, okay? Over here. With roots. Okay? Alright. So we got spiders, we got roots, we got hollow area, Titan tech, which the Ringing Deeps and Hollow Fall are almost on the same level, so there is Titan tech on the level of the crystal, deep in the bedrock. But down below, now we got spiders. And here's the thing. Ankara, the City of Echoes, is deeper down into the Spider City. Like, the Spider City is literally built upon itself. So how many layers of spiders is beyond me. It's like spiders on spiders on spiders. And then below that is who knows what. Okay? And then over here, there's what's called the Black Blood. And the roots. Which is most likely of a Lunathier. The big fancy tree. And that's when we meet the Haranir. So you got Haranir spiders, spiders, shadow deeps, okay? And then over here, in the human era, you got this big deep area, and then deeper down this hole, and then these freaking Corvus people, these fish people. These fish mole people. You know, they got the lantern heads. It's crazy. How many layers down we? So, the layers matter. The layers are going to matter because we need to figure out when this crystal hit. And I think with how the spiders go down, and I don't see... Yeah, no, I'll save that for the end. Alright. We also see Niffin down here. And I think, especially going forward, we're going to start seeing a lot more holes and layers of Azeroth. So, I think we should be paying attention to the layers, and I've been trying to figure out the order of things. That's why I've been doubting Titans. You know, we see Belladar here, that far down. You see the Black Blood, which, in my opinion, is between two old gods, Yasharaj and Cthulhu. But again, how deep it is, right? You think about Cthulhu. Cthulhu died recently. This blood, according to the Haranir, has been down there for a long time. So it either has to be a whole new old god that is over here, or it's the blood draining from the hollow, from the depths of Yasharaj's. Oh, it would have been here. Just the blood draining down or something. Like his body parts all rain down over there. You know, we'll have to see. Did the Isle of Dorn move? Because here's the thing. With the Maelstrom, I think some of this area is moved. Wait, this doesn't make sense. How does the What? I'm so confused, man. I don't even know if I can trust this map right now. It's wild. But, I mean, if that's right, then that put, like I said, blood drains down, body parts rain down, or like I said, a new old god. We got multiple things. And we got mole people, so we know Azeroth's got holes. The Akir are literally mentioned going into the holes of Azeroth, so Azeroth is hollow. I think it's pretty much confirmed. I don't even know why I'm calling it a theory. Khazad confirms it, but I really wanted to talk about these layers. And we still gotta figure out what the rift is. We still gotta figure out what exactly is the rift that the Earthing came here to investigate. What else about the tree? I have some conspiracy theories about the bugs. And then whose blood? Now, in my next lore rant that's going to go on a tangent, I'm going to talk about the spiders. And I think there's something interesting going on with the spiders. Because of how many layers deep the spiders go, I'm really starting to think the spiders of Ash-Kahet may be the original. Now, I'm going to get more into that in my next theory, which is my spider theory, where I talk about their architecture and its connections to death. We have a spider Loa. I haven't really seen a Loa of any other bug, which I find interesting, but I'll get more into that in the spider theory. But what do you think about Hollow Azeroth? It's a thing. It's basically a thing. I just wanted to talk about Hollow Azeroth and make it a theory because it's fun. But where do you think we're going to go down next? Do you think we're going to go to Blingatron area? Do you think we're going to go to the Undermine? Do you think we're going to do stuff on top? Alright. And I really want to get into these layers. I really want to start digging. Imagine if we got archaeology that actually gave us, like, hints to future stuff. That would be cool. Where you dig up And you're like, oh wait, what's under here? So this used to be controlled by them? Oh. Like, we see Tauren stuff, but we don't see old Tauren stuff now that I think about it. The oldest Tauren place is like Highmount. It's crazy. But yeah, that was my rant. I went on long enough. Prepare for explorations of the zones. And actually seeing the Hollow Azeroth. When you see it, you're going to be like, oh my god. There's got to be... I think there's more holes like Hollowfall. When y'all see Hollowfall, I'm like, there's got to be more holes. I don't think the crystal caused the hole. I mean, it could have. It could have... Like, the crystal comes in, oh, this whole rock falls apart, and now there's a giant hole. Like, that don't normally work like that. And then there's an ocean in there. It's crazy. Like, you would think the pressure would be a lot, but you don't really see pressure play a big part in going under the depths. Otherwise, a lot of us would have been killed in deep, in the abyssal depths. Alright? Anyways, I've ranted enough. Thank you for watching. As always, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.